All right, what's up, YouTubers? I just played a song called My Sweet Fracture by Saves the Day. It's a fun one. I've now done 3 covers by Saves the Day, which makes me extremely lame. And I notice in a lot of these things that people are leaving comments, not for me, but for other people about, hey, what are the tabs to that song? So I'm going to teach you how to play this song. It's really easy. There's not a lot of chord changes and not a lot of hard stuff to do. The hardest part is probably the beginning, and then maybe a little on the bridge, but it's real simple. The main chords on this one are A, E, F sharp, and it's an F sharp minor is what I play, and D, which I use a D5. I don't play. You can play that string if you want to, the high E. You don't have to. I prefer not to play it. I think it makes a prettier chord in this instance. But that's pretty much the whole song. It's really easy to do. Oh, I'm sorry. Also, you have to add B minor to the chorus, which is here. And if you're a novice guitar player, that's a pretty difficult chord to make. But if you look on the screen, you'll see the chords. I'm putting that up now. All right, cool. Anyway, so what are we saying? Okay, at the beginning, what I do is if you've made a G chord before, what I want you to do is take just your first 2 fingers and slide that up to where the A is, which is at the 5th fret. So you're going to play the low E on the 5th fret, and then your first finger is going to go on the 4th fret of the 5th string, which is on the A. Okay, this is actually an A major chord. It's pretty simple. What I do is I just toy between the 2 with the pick. Could you tell me? Now slide your finger down to where you're making an E. If you were holding the whole chord, I don't play the whole thing. I just play the first 2 strings for this. Next time that you're choking. Then you're going to go to your F sharp, which is 2nd fret here and 4th fret here. I'm going to stop outlining that because I've put it on the screen. So I'll run right over to shove some. Okay, this is something I do. They don't do this either. They don't do this on the Bug Sessions, nor do they do it on the album. But I think if you're playing it by yourself on an acoustic guitar, sometimes it needs a little bit because just playing 2 strings and singing sounds a little weak. So what I do is I go. I alternate on this 4th string. I alternate between the 4th and 7th frets. So I'm actually adding my pinky at key times. It actually sounds like this. Okay, you'll get used to picking that. You don't have to play it that way. You can just play it. Okay, after I've done that, I think either once or twice. I don't know what I do. I think after that I go back to the A, and then I just start playing open chords as much as I can on this, with the exception of the F sharp minor, which I bar the whole thing, and I like to hear that chord. So from there on, it's really just a matter of learning that rhythm and keeping it up. Once I bind, if it dissolves in water, I took a piss that lasted longer than you in your manipulations. Called my mom last night, said sweetie, you don't need someone who's more fleeting than fall. D5. And just let it hang. A lot of times you want to stop those chords. Just rest this meat right here of your hand. Rest that on the strings. During the chorus, you hit a B minor, and that goes to a D, and that goes to an A. Okay, now if you play an A like I do, I know some people actually play this with the 1st and 2nd finger reversed so that it looks like a little pyramid kind of thing. It's kind of weird. I don't play it like that. I happen to play 1, 2, 3 on these strings straight across. But if you do this, you can play your A chord. I drop in the pinky right here. This is what they do. You're actually changing. You're just dropping the pinky in on that B string, the 2nd string. That's all you're doing. So you're going to pop your pinky in at the right key time on that string. Leave these. Don't change these fingers. don't change these fingers right here. Drop your pinky in to make that. That's easy. Okay, got that? Okay, and then that's gonna go from there to an A, to an E, I believe. Just that. So it should go. Don't you love those legs? Don't you leave? Oh, okay, I'm sorry. That just goes to the A and it stays there, and then you go back. The E comes on the second time around when you go to the right. Let me make sure what I'm playing. Sorry. And there's the E. Here comes the E again. All through the way into and I thought slow down. Okay, so there's your next part there. That's pretty much the whole song. The last part just actually uses the same chords, but changes those around and puts them in a different order so that you're playing, so you're actually playing A, F sharp minor, E, and then D as the last chord. That's the only difference. And if you want to play this by just playing those chords, trust me, at a party or something like that, nobody's going to notice. You'll do just fine. If you want to get more complicated with it, you can play what they actually play. And I actually only played that for one line, and then I moved to playing the low chords just because I like the way they sound on the acoustic better, especially when you're playing by yourself. Like, a lot of these chords are things that would sound great if you had two guitars playing and you've got one playing the backup chords while you're playing these lead parts. But if you want to do this and you want to look badass in front of your friends, which you know does work, you can do that. You start with an A. Besides, okay, and what you're going to do is you're going to flip up here, and you're still playing, this is still a version of the F sharp minor. It's just, I have no idea what they actually call this chord. It might be a sustained chord, but you're going to play here, and I'm not going to try to describe this. You only look at the chord, but it sounds like this. Now this is an E major on 3 strings, which is the first, third, and the root third, and the high root. Okay, so then all you're doing is you're taking that chord form, which is the E major, sliding it down to a D major. Now the way I play this is after I've played that line once, as I said, I go back to the low chords. I like to do this, which is almost exactly the same as what we did in This Is Not an Exit. Rather forget the days we spent. The other thing is that these chords behind the vocals sound much better and make the music entirely sound more full. So aside from that, I actually think that's all there is to that song, pretty much. But just a quick recap on how that sounds when it's all played together is... Rather forget the days we spent, tried to stay afloat, rather forget the days we spent, try to stay afloat in shallow water, rather forget the days we spent, tried to stay. Okay, I don't want to get too carried away. Anyway, the point is that here's what I think that's it. So good luck playing it. Give it some time, and hopefully you should get it. Take care.